Your AirPod Gen 4 listings just vanished on eBay. You got some big policy violation. You are now frustrated because you did everything right and it's just not staying up. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you guys my step-by-step best practices on listing these right here. These are clones. These are not real. This is noise cancellation. These are very, very good 101. How do we keep them up? Because they could actually serve some purpose to some consumer. We just have to get it in front of them. We're going to break down exactly what titles, descriptions, pricing. I was able to make over $1,500 in a matter of 2 weeks selling these pods. Pods are listed below. Follow these steps and let's get these listed right now. Let's get to the chase. The reason eBay's taking the pods down isn't because you're pricing too low or you're using the word Apple. Let's get to the chase. The reason eBay's taking the pods down isn't because you're pricing too low or you're using the word Apple. Man, it isn't even because they think the pods are fake. The real reason is account behavior. For products like these, most takedowns and bans are happening at the account level, not the product level. So eBay's platform uses bots and AI. And what they do is they look for patterns, both in an account level and also compare it to the products being listed. So they're looking at pricing, descriptions, titles, and also pictures, let's be clear, but they're also pairing it with your account behavior, how long you've been active, what are you actually selling or selling anything at all? And of course, most importantly, your reviews. Do you have any? Are you a legitimate seller or just somebody trying to create quick cash? First, let's look at it in eBay's perspective. Think about it like this. You have a bunch of counterfeit goods, people trying to sell fake ass pods as they are Apple, instead of just saying over the air or in the air wireless headphones. These create customer frustration. They move on to Amazon. What eBay is trying to do is prevent that. So it's not just to hurt you, it's more so about protecting their brand. And their bots usually do this without a human ever seeing your listing. And that's where we get it messed up. We think that we can just alter the product, but it's really all together the account. And you have to look at it. Say someone lists a bunch of Gen 4 pods on a brand new account. Well, of course, they're going to get flagged and they may sell one, but I guarantee you, they're not getting that deposit. And that's where you hurt because you ship some goods out to somebody without actually making money. So Apple is a huge player in eBay's Verified Rights Owner Program, or Vero, which gives them the power to report and get listings removed. To get ahead of this, eBay uses automated systems to strike first. So when a new account just lists Gen 4s out of nowhere, it automatically creates a red flag. But it's not just a red flag with that listing that may get strike down, but also a red flag in the DNA with the account. We figured this out with our eBay automation. Remember, I work with over 200 accounts currently on eBay, and I'm able to see the different results from different people in the way they started their accounts. You want to not only start your account in a healthy, productive manner, but you want to make sure you stay under the radar before you start raking in the cash. So let's talk about how you could actually start thinking like the system. So you get some wholesale AirPods, maybe from wespoi.com, link below, and they are cheap. They are around $17, $15 for non-noise cancellation. But you get these pods and the first thing you're thinking is, if you got 6 or 12 or even more, let me list one listing and put 12 as quantity or 5 as quantity, or maybe let me do 5 separate listings. This is the problem. This is what gets you banned. What you want to do is list one at a time. Wait a few days and then list the next one. And this is going to help you space out your listing behavior and continue to fly under the radar. Next is going to be the bait account. I call this the sterile account. It's an account that has no history, no reviews, no products that you can find around the house. Any products that you could find and get your hands on that you can sell just to get a review, just to get some traction on your account, it needs to be listed. Because the type of account that automatically has that risk DNA is the account that lists the high value product before they list any type of low ticket. I don't care if it's number 2 pencils or maybe even just a small charger. Anything that you can list, from car equipment, whatever, you could list that and help your account grow by getting a review, or even just showing that you're trying to sell normal household goods. And this builds the reputation of your account of being a real legitimate seller. I'm talking about pictures of your own, not pictures that you take from other listings. These are all things that the bots can tell. The algorithm is built to support accounts that look real, the account that manufactures real life product sales. A real person's house has more than just brand new electronics to sell. You have to essentially warm up your account. I call this priming your account. Before you list those AirPods, try listing at least 5 to 10 household items and get them sold. So when the bots scan your account, they see some verified sales from verified people that are buyers, and this builds your credibility. The last sin is the perfect listing fallacy. Listen, this is something I used to actually do myself, so I understand. You copy pictures, you look in the sold tab, and you copy the description, you copy the title, you copy everything, hoping that you can duplicate and replicate the same results someone else got. Well, I do this, but I do it in a different way now, because what I've realized is that there are bots now that can decipher if you took a picture from another user or if you took your own. Or when it comes to the titles actually can be repetitive, because everyone does that. When you sell a product, you can list it right back up. But understanding everything doesn't have to be so picture perfect. They realize when you're just trying to do everything right. I'll give you a good example. Think of an AliExpress listing. An AliExpress listing has the same old generic description in every single description, right? With the little parentheses, it looks very clean to them maybe, but to us, it looks very uniform. And it kind of screams, don't buy. Well, these bots see that, they actually flag this, and especially when you're trying to make your listing look so uniform that it doesn't look realistic. You want to come off as a person actually selling to make money, something that you want to get off your hands, instead of selling something that you're just trying to cater to different customers to make a profit. Remember, we want to seem organic. We don't want them to actually know we're calculated. That's how we win. I want you to remember this. A title like Wireless in the Air Gen 4 headphones open box is way better than Apple Gen 4 brand new sealed. Having those keywords can easily trigger the algorithm. Excuse my French, but the algorithm. Let's get into the steps that you can take action right now to do to list these pods. Like we just talked about, do not list the pods on a fresh new account. New accounts usually have limits like 10 listings or an amount up to $500. Your first goal is to get 5 to 10 positive reviews. Find old books, things that you use around the house, anything that you could spare to sell, and list. Price them to sell fast, not to make profit. The goal is to build a trustworthy account, respond to buyers, and ship on time. This is the foundation that protects your account. Once your account is warmed up, it's time for photos. Do not use a sealed box as the main image, even if the item is sealed. It's a strategic move to list it as open box or used. This is a critical step to sidestepping the new conditional flag that gets so much scrutiny on Apple products. Take products out of the packaging, take high quality, unique photos against a normal background, show the AirPods themselves, the inside of the case, and the charging port. And the box, of course. Get a close-up of the serial number if it has one, or the UPC. Avoid using a pure white background. Trust me, I've learned this, as it can sometimes be mistaken for a stocked photo. We are on eBay, right? Listing them isn't as complicated as some may think. We can type in anything like AirPod Gen 4, hit continue without match. We want to just say either open box or used, not new. So we're going to say open box. For the title, I put white wireless earbuds 4th gen model with MagSafe case. Now, these that we sell have the MagSafe case that actually charge with the MagSafe official charger or a third party. Now, I want to show you guys the photos. 100% active noise cancellation sticker is still on there. We didn't peel it off. We want to maintain the genuine quality of them not being Apple, so that helps us. And again, we put a bunch of pictures that give very descriptive pictures of what they're getting. okay? We even took pictures of the manual for them to understand exactly how these function. Now, for item specifics, obviously show what the product is, but you don't want to put anything that's gonna flag, right? So we're gonna put color, white, connectivity, Bluetooth, in-ear. We can even put cable in, range, microphone type built in, but I just would not put the brand as Apple. I would put the brand as either unbranded or we put our own brand here. If you get our products, we ask that you put our brand. This will help you, okay? And then we're gonna scroll down. When it comes to description, you wanna be honest. And one thing that we do, you wanna be honest with the description. I would use the AI description to create a foundation. I could alter it. Our 4th gen model with MagSafe case. We don't gotta really put too much of the stylish aspect. Connects with Apple, Android, MagSafe charging case. This has active noise cancellation, fast shipping message, us with any question, okay? And then of course we're gonna do buy it now. Now when it comes to the buy it now aspect, is you wanna make sure that you're pricing it realistically, and we're not pricing for max profit up front. Again, we're gonna move our pricing up depending on our sales. So we're gonna keep it at like $55. Now we're not gonna put it at 68 or 75 yet, but this is one of the things we've been doing. We started at 50, 55, we went all the way up to 75. We haven't seen any problems. Again, 1,500 within the first 2 weeks. We're gonna put 5. We're just gonna put the listing, we're gonna put the shipping dimensions here that we usually put. It's gonna calculate some of the shipping. We usually have buyers pay for shipping. We don't pay for the shipping. And then after that, when it comes to the 3-day business shipping and handling, we do that just to protect ourselves. And then when it comes to promotion, yes, you can do this. Now, what I would say is use the recommended if you're just listing 1. Remember, we're only doing quantity of 1, and then we are going to hit list. If you wanna know how I was able to make my first 1,500 selling these pods. Now remember, I just got these. Selling these pods, make sure you guys click the video that may pop up here. It should have also popped up in the beginning of the video, but I will give you guys a detailed review on the best practices and behaviors I did to make sure I maximize my sales, and yes, the 1,500 came to my account. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys continue to make money work for you. Like this video, comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.